love to the family, the community, everybody that's vibrating. Really along a very special journey that we're all getting much more out of it than we could ever hope for. So I love you. My love is to you. What I do is for you. I am you. Can't be separate from you. So we're gonna do this together. And I'm gonna need your help. And we're gonna help each other. So let's keep doing what we're doing. Let's keep doing what we're doing. Just vibrate with me for a second, man. Before I get into this jewel. Before I get into this work. Yeah, vibrate for a second. Don't worry about it. Breath. Everything is breath. Chaos, breath. It's existence, it's energy, frequency, your vibration. Hold it. Reconnect. Reactivate to your power. No hijacks. No hijacks allowed. It's going to be one of our first shirts. Swag freak line. No hijacks allowed. Coming at you. Let's do this.
Your breath says the Creator's name, but you can't, because your spirit says the Creator's name, but the flesh can't. You cannot pronounce it. That's why he is the unnamed one, the Creator with no name, the one with no name. And I showed you the evidence. Let's keep going.
Man. I was walking through the mall, trying to get my watch fixed. And saw this little vintage bookstore. It's like a little hole in the wall, And I saw this whole line full of these vintage books. They all, had a bunch of hijacks in them, I don't know. But none of them really vibrated with me. And as I was leaving, I kind of saw History of the United States and just looked up. And oh boy, this is a hijack too. This is actually, I would call this the first great hijack. This is the first great hijack. This is the one that, this was really written to let the new American, when you click on that link, you click on, or just go, Webster Dictionary, 1828. And it says, American copper-colored races found here by the Europeans. Found here, copper-colored races, copper-colored races, copper-colored races. Look, the dope thing about this book is that this person, he knows the drop. And you're going to see how clearly he knows the drop and how clearly his objective is to, create a hijack. He wants to make the other white people feel comfortable coming here. So he's going to kind of give you some real drop in it. A lot of babies are in the bathwater. He's also going to say, it's absurd these people are Israelites. No way! But you're going to see how he does it and how clearly, his agenda is like, whatever these people are, they can't be that, So it's great, but so many babies we're gonna pull out of this, man. And this is our bathwater, man. Pull your babies out your bathwater. Yeah, I dig. This is how we get that. So, man, let's just go into it because I'm excited. Oh, let me just finish telling you a story. So I found this book, $15. $15. Crazy. I can prove it. Prove it. Yeah, $15, yo. Not bad, right? We'll get into these great graphs. I mean, just pause this. We're gonna come back to it. This is the Western continental universe. The Western continent unknown to the European nations. Period of voyages and discoveries between 1000 and 1620. Pause that right quick. You're gonna see something real interesting right here. My finish point. Dang, job. You're gonna really understand this KJV. You know what I mean? You're gonna understand this hijack. You're gonna understand why they came with their Biblios, their New Testament, and told you there's a new covenant, and here's this person, and here's your new covenant. And all your old covenant says the new covenant is gonna come with your permanent redemption. You be put back on your land. Those going into captivity will put you in captivity. And that's only equitable. If you're so lucky. So, I want to start from just to give you a real lay. I got to be real careful. See, pages are coming out already. This is an old book. This is 1876. And this is one of the first versions. You're going to find some for like, you're going to find some for like, later than that. You know what I'm saying? He keeps revising it. So like, it was 1890 and it's like 1900s and all that. It was the same book, but he kept revising it. I think this is one of the earliest copies, this 1876 joint. And the page that just fell out on me is a picture or a sketch of the frontal view of the Capitol. This is one of the first images after the indigenous people built the Capitol, because of they came here and saw stuff like this already, right? You know, we saw the palaces of Montezuma, and this is how we built This is how we built the Capitol for them. It's one of the first images of the White House. Built by us. Tape that back in. Right. I'll put that off to the side. I'll put this up so you can check it out. This is from John Clark Ridpath, J.C. Ridpath. Published 1876. A Popular History of the United States of America from the Aboriginal Times. A Popular History. Oh man, is this signed? Hey, I got me a signed copy, man. Copy signed, yo. Hey, I think I came up on a gem here, man. However it is. A Popular History of the United States of America from the Aboriginal Times to present day, embracing an account of the Aborigines, the Norsemen in the New World, the discoveries of the Spaniards, English, and French discoveries. All right. The planting of settlements, the growth of the colonies, the struggle for liberty in the Revolution, the establishment of the Union, the development of the nation, and the Civil War, by John Clark Ridpath. He's a professor of Bell Letters, and History in Indiana, Asbury University, author of Ridpath School History, illustrated with maps, charts, all that stuff. Oh man, it's like my own editing program. I'll keep that so y'all can check that out. All about the Aboriginal, right? All about the Aboriginal. Sorry, I feel sick today, man. I think I just ain't been sleeping enough. But, you know, y'all used to me. You're my homies. It's all right. We get it. This is our balcony. My balcony is your balcony. All right. So here's the preface. Here's who this book is for. Like I said, it's not for you. Their books were written for them. They were giving themselves and passing themselves dropping information. However, they couldn't reveal that these people were Israel, right? Because that would just fuck it all up. If these people knew that they had slaughtered a bunch of Israelites, they couldn't consciously, you know what I'm saying, be, I mean, how could they claim Christianity is good if they're slaughtering Israelites, right? So the first thing they got to tell you is, nope, they're not Israelites, but we don't know where they came from. But they can't be Israel. There's no way it's absurd to think that these people are Israel. But we have no clue how they got here, and we don't know who they are. You see the hypocrisy of it. So they're going to be hypocritical. You're going to get that drop. I'm giving you the heads up. So it says preface, dear people of the United States, by this, my preface, I offer to you a new history of your country and mine. No. You see how, okay, so that first sentence to tell you who this person is. He's not from you. He's representing the continent. So it's going to give you a twisted view of things. But there's so much babies in the bathwater, right? So by this, my preface, I offer to you a new history of your country and mine. The work is presented in the form of an abridged narrative. My reasons for such a venture are brief, but I trust satisfactory. First, to every American citizen, some knowledge of the history of his country is indispensable. The attainment of that knowledge ought to be made easy and delightful. Second, the centennial of the Republic furnishes an auspicious occasion for the study of those great events which compose the warp and woof of the new civilization in the West. This book is intended for the average American. When you go click on the 1828 Webster Dictionary, you type in American, it says copper color races, copper color races, copper color races. Shows you copper, you know what copper. This is like what the first pennies were looking like. This is copper, right? All this, right? And this is also ruddy. You see how red this is? Alright, you see my complexion in this? My complexion in the book. You see the red, you see yellow, you see red, you see brown, you see all that. When Lex Will types in ruddy cow, you get ruddy cow. So they made this, you know what I'm saying, to let you know exactly what they found here. This is Negro. You understand? This is your race of specimen, right? Of seed. They're saying your seed. Oh, you know what I'm saying? Lex Will drop the black faces. Not black faces. I'll just watch it. Races, black faces, something like that. And that goes hand in hand. So this book is intended for the average American. We know they're talking about not the copper color races, but later in the same definition it says later applied to Europeans born here. So they stole the title and applied it to their children because they didn't even have the title European, or they know they weren't indigenous from Europe. They're not indigenous to Asia. So they don't mind dropping titles because they're hiding an identity. Once you say, well, where do I come from? And that's, the hard truth. But it's the real truth. Don't you rather live in reality so that you can understand which way to go and make certain choices and choose up? So all that decides to choose up, come and choose up. But don't do it because, you think, oh, let me go help these indigenous people. Let me go help these Israelites. You know what I'm saying? Because I feel so bad. Nah, man, you choose up because it's the right thing. It's right. You get on the side of right. So that when you meet your creator, you meet your maker, you can tell them you was on the right side. You chose up no matter what your ancestors did. Alright? That's how you rock. You just choose up. You just choose order. You choose not to kill and steal. Read the commandments and tell me which one you disagree with. Honoring thy father and thy mother. Don't steal. What? Don't kill. What? Don't keep one day to vibrate as a community. To head above the firmament, to remember your energy, frequency, your vibration. What part of this do you disagree with? Covered in the neighbor's wife or adultery? What part do you disagree with? What part of those values do you not want in your moral community, your moral compass? They say this is how we rock. This is order. And if y'all forget everything else, these 10 things will at least help you vibrate above the firmament and reconnect to the energy. What are you really fighting? You just fight the perception, the inception of what this religion twisting has done to anything connected to the biblios that they connected for you. But just go back to the root. Go back to the commandments that are found in Los Lunas, New Mexico, the Decalogue stone. Go back to the root that's found in your soil. Going back 1000 BC and prior. When you were rocking in, when you're vibrating at your peak. You did? You're migrating back to your land. So he says his book's intended for the average American. We know he ain't talking about you or me. For the man of business who has neither time nor disposition to plod through 10 or 20 volumes of elaborate historical dissertation, for the practical man of the shop, the counter, and the plow, all this stuff. So clearly he's not talking about you, the American families, who this thing's for, or their version of the American family. And then we got a contents. I don't want to flip it too hard. This page is going to come out. I gotta be careful with this one. Here's the contents of chapter 1. So when I look at that, they're saying the Indians, their name, accounted for. This is all the stuff that's in chapter 1. Differences between them and the Asiatics. Okay. The origin of the Indian races unknown. Again, I brought out the inquiry into the distinctive characteristics, that little thin book published in the Boston Society. Here's another one saying the same exact thing, separate publication, 1876. The history of the United States is so small. From the discovery of America to the present time, all right? The Indians. Their name accounted for differences between them and the Asiatics. The origin of the Indian race is unknown. Of course, it's unknown. Since theories controverted, so these theories that are being contrived, controverted, the question likely to remain unsolved. Language may give us light. They're just trying to get light via philology, via language. They're trying to get light into trying to tell you who you are, but they're going to tell you absolutely who you're not. I say, if you can't tell me who I am, how can you tell me who I'm not? Damn, that's another shirt. Rah-rah. I know you right there with it. Swag free, man. Y'all don't look out for swag free. We're just going to do slogans and stuff, man. Just all the stuff that we come up with, man. All the inspiration so you can be reminded and just activate somebody while you're walking down the street. Say, look, man, they can't tell you who you are. How can they tell you who you're not? Origin, unknown. Contrived theories. The question likely to remain unsolved, we'll never know. Languages may give us light. And then it says the red man. Oh, yeah, the red man, the ruddy man. Right? See that red? The red man, okay. The ruddy man, right? They like to say, oh, I'm ready. I'm red. Ruddy. This is red. Red. If you want to be red. Brown, red. Nah, too different between brown and red. They can't tell you who you are. They don't know where you came from, where you migrated from. But they're definitely going to tell you who you're not. Watch this. So let's go to chapter 1, man. And I just got this. I literally just got home. I couldn't wait to share it with y'all. I have not gotten really through this. I spent about 9 minutes flat. All right. I'm gonna try to go fast, man. I mean, you know, I'm just gonna try. Part 1. I'll let you get that first page. Hey, let us find the true good king. Look, man, I don't know if there's a PDF on this, but this would be a great addition to your beautiful library. Everybody check out Let Us Find the Truth. Subscribe to Let Us Find the Truth. You can click the link right there on his homepage at Let Us Find on YouTube, you know what I'm saying, and go right into his library. You got a lot of stuff we dropping goes there. And again, I want to duplicate that, put it on 432 as well, so in case something happens to either, you know how they are. there's still the resource available in multiple locations. You know what I'm saying? That's the best we can do to work together. He has a wonderful chat room set up that I want to definitely duplicate his model that way too, so that we can actually, you know, maybe link our chat rooms. Who knows, man? So I think these are great ideas. What do you think, man? Definitely got to connect. So part one. You ready? You ready? Here we go. A squeeze, man. A squeeze, man. Water. Somebody stole my water. Alright, let's rock, man. Who needs water? Bang. Shit. Alright. The primitive inhabitants of the New World were the red men called Indians. Wait, you don't know who we are, but we're the red men called Indians. All bullshit. We're not red men, we're not Indians. We know who we are, right? There's no language called red man. There's no land called Indian. Unless you talk about the British tea company place that they renamed over there, which is not the name of that land either. So let's go. The name Indian was conferred upon them from their real or fancied resemblance to the people of India. Dark people, right? Okay, so, but without any such similarity, the name would have been the same for Columbus and his followers, believing that they had only rediscovered the Indies. You know, that old crock of a story. So you see that twist of, oh, he just thought, boom, 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 boom. Everybody was Indian to this guy, okay? Who would, of course, call the inhabitants Indians. The supposed similarity between the two races, if limited to mere personal appearance, have had some foundation in fact, but in manners, customs, and institutions and characters, no two peoples could be more dissimilar than the American Aborigines and the sleepy inhabitants of China and Japan. God, I told you, I didn't read this yet. That's hella fun. He called the indigenous people of China and Japan sleepy. What does that mean? I would never know. I can never sit this guy down and be like, look, man, let me jam you up. Let me jam you up for a second and ask you, man, what you mean by the sleepy, man? What you mean by the sleepy, man? All right, so he said the supposed similarity between two races. So it looks like he's comparing these people here with the Asiatics, just like you say he's going to do. And according to him, it ain't got nothing to do with each other. But of course, we have our own, you know, stuff. But let's keep going. But in manners, customs, institutions, and characters, no two peoples could be more dissimilar than the American Aborigines and the sleepy inhabitants of China and Japan. The origin of the North American Indians is involved in complete obscurity. We have no fucking clue. All you gotta write is that we got no fucking clue. So again, if he can't tell you who you are, how can he tell you who you're not? You'll see. The Aborigines of North America, slow it down. The origin of the North American Indians is involved in complete obscurity. That they are one of the older races of mankind could not be doubted. But at what date or by what route they came to the Western continent is an unsolved problem. Many theories have proposed to account for the red man's presence in the New World, but most of them have been vague or unsatisfactory. Nobody got a clue. Here's the drop, but here's the babies. Let's take it out the bathwater. The notion that the Indians are the descendants of the Israelites is absurd. The half-civilized, this is coming from someone who didn't know how to farm, didn't know how to do a lot of things that had to get learned. Somehow they didn't know how to even do nothing with agriculture whatsoever. But according to this person, the descendant of those people, the half-civilized tribes wandered from beyond the Euphrates should reach North America surpasses human credulity. All right, let's back it up. Let's back it up. Many theories have been proposed. Let's back it up. The origin of the North American Indians is involved in complete obscurity. We have no fucking clue who these people are. That they are one of the older races of mankind cannot be doubted. But at what date or by what route they came to the Western continent is an unsolved problem. We don't know what date they came. We don't know what route they came. We don't have nothing to do with their migration patterns. We don't know. And the origin of them is involved in complete obscurity. I don't know how many ways this person could tell you that he got no clue who you are. But look at the line that he had to write for the people that are publishing this book, so that they feel good going to sleep at night, knowing that they didn't slaughter 300 million people and that a lot of them might have been Israelites. Sons of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. That's what people think are myths, but are buried here. Whoa. Many theories have been proposed to account for the red man's presence in the New World, but most of them have been vague and unsatisfactory. The notion that the Indians are the descendants of the Israelites is absurd.
Purchase your tracks today.
Absurd. Yeah? I'm gonna let us find the truth you right quick. Get this definition of absurd. Get this etymology. You should be proud of me for this. I've been learning, man. I've been learning. Alright, come on. I gotta go to bed.
Purchase your
I gotta
tracks
go to
today.
bed. Let's go. Absurd. Adjective.